Where are you right now? I'm not talking about you sitting in those very comfortable-looking seats right now. Where is your mind at? Because it might not be here. You know, there's probably people in this audience worried about, am I sure that I paid for parking? What are we going to eat for dinner because I didn't cook anything? Or when is the person I came here for going to come up and speak? So obviously, these thoughts and more, they could be stressful, worrisome, draining. Let's try to fix that right now. You guys were handed out mints, right? All righty, so before we unwrap them, I'm going to tell you a little bit about them. These mints are an element of these mindfulness mental health kits that I created. Ooh, so what's so special about them? Do they have like melatonin in it or something? I mean, they have a lot of sugar in it. But look, instead of just popping it in your mouth like you would normally do, stop. Focus on the texture, the feeling, the taste, the flavor, the shape, as it dissolves in your mouth. You guys got it? All right, go for it. And I will just be standing here awkwardly. I know this might feel like weird, like why are we making mints philosophical or, God forbid, educational? What we're doing right now is a mindfulness exercise. What is mindfulness? Mindfulness is a way to ease yourself back into the present moment and feel a lot better than what you were feeling 5 seconds ago. It's a mental health exercise, and hey, you know, we can't keep saying mental health is important for it to be important. It's so ironic. We tell everyone that we know to get help, rest, talk to somebody, but we don't do that ourselves. We promote self-care, but we're all hypocrites if we don't practice that. We just keep putting our mental health off and off and off, and then mental breakdown. What about those who don't have the resources? You know, those who can't afford therapy, homeless population, public schools. So this all started out with working with my brother, who's also my best friend, Yusuf. Yusuf runs a local nonprofit called Chalkboard Charities. And Chalkboard Charities in the past has created health kits in regards to COVID, hygiene. As the volunteer coordinator and project developer, basically all the jobs that he doesn't want to do, I worked alongside him in the past, and I started to notice mental health disparities, mental health patterns and problems. So I did a little bit more digging. And just to give you a scope of research that has been done over the past few decades. So a study in 1998 found the homeless population will suffer from mental illnesses twice the amount compared to the general population. Another study in 2017 found 1 out of 3 refugees can experience anxiety attacks, depression, PTSD. And I feel like there can be a lot said when it comes to aid, but that's in terms of, I feel like just food, shelter, donations. I think there needs to be more that's added to that checklist, especially mental health-wise. And if you think, wow, this is all very depressing, this is crazy, oh well. This applies to us too. In a 2019 survey of 1,500 US adults, 50% of the millennials and 81% of the Gen Z left their roles due to mental health reasons. And guys, if you really think about 1,500 people, that's like the whole population of Delaware. So, and I can say that I'm a Delawarean. So I think just talking about mental health, I don't think it's cutting it. I don't think it's getting us to where we want us to be. So I came up with this idea of making mental health visible through action instead. But I couldn't just put anything into these mental health kits that I was developing. This is coming from research of psychology, counseling, looking up different ways to practice mindfulness. Based on that research and the very, very limited budget that we had, I include different ways to practice mindfulness in these kits. And these are very simple things, day objects, you know, like writing reflections in a journal, pausing to feel a mint dissolve in your mouth, fidgets to keep your mind occupied, tea to just calm the nerves, and an easy-to-understand info card. And like I said, these are just simple things that we can use. And it may not just be the tools, it's the mindset you put yourself in, you know, mindfulness as a concept itself. But why mindfulness again? You know, out of everything that's out there, mental resources, everything, why this? Why not just throw an antidepressant and be done with it? So from personal experiences, I have a skin condition called eczema. For those who don't know, eczema makes the skin itch and inflame. It happens when I'm really stressed. So if you see me around and my face is just all red, I probably just failed an exam. Or I might be doing a TEDx talk, I don't know. I mean, I didn't find mindfulness like it's in some abandoned cave deep down in the Pacific. It was just after a bad skin day, and I looked up on Google how to feel better, and I came across mindfulness techniques. Mindfulness originated from Eastern regions around the globe. It's been cultivated for over thousands of years. According to the American Psychological Association, it found mindfulness-based therapy effective of diminishing depression, pain, anxiety. It can help improve physical health, reduce fatigue. Overall, we don't need to be trying to find the meaning of life to use any of this stuff. We could be stressed over simple things like being left on red, or figuring out if that cough is like a cold cough or like a COVID cough. You know, it was after implementing mindfulness and spiritual wellness in my life where I began to notice positive differences. And I would love to say that I'm like invincible now and nothing can touch me, but that's not how life works. You know, everyone, we're gonna have good days. We're gonna have bad days. We're gonna have like meh days. But mental health, and this is what I had to learn, and it doesn't happen overnight. Mental health is a muscle that we have to keep exercising so we're ready for whatever life does throw at us. And mindfulness, I believe, is so important because it can teach us a very valuable lesson. You guys ready? Things out of your control, they might just be out of your control. Like there might not be an answer to that. But being mindful means to just be here. Be here. Being in the present can take the burden off the future because now is all we have. Now is all we are ever going to get. I was able to distribute kits from local nonprofits in Delaware all the way up to organizations in Chicago. And I mean, if you guys can take anything away from this talk, whatever's going on in your minds right now, I hope this can inspire you all to act. While we can heal from our mental scars, others are forced to reopen those wounds every single day. And now I know that these kits, I mean, they're not the cure to the mental health dilemma. There is so much more that needs to be done, and plastic fidget tools aren't designed to solve severe cases of depression. Just want to reiterate that. But I like to think of it as a start, a stepping stone to actually acting upon what we've been talking about, a stepping stone to a possible solid solution for all. Let's not ruminate in this negative feedback loop. Let's not wait for anyone to have a mental breakdown. We can combat this crisis the right way and not just talk about it. Instill mindfulness and mental health justice for one mind at a time, including our own. But I have to ask, where are you right now? Thank you.